Hello, everybody. Captain Marty here. It's Tuesday, May the 27th. We've just enjoyed a nice 3-day weekend. We got some rain, which we really needed, but we have a lot of things going on in the fishing world on the Outer Banks, including a super Gold Star catch. I'll be back to tell you all about it when I return in just a moment. Are you ready for a fishing thrill like no other?
Oh, there he is! There he is! Oh, got him up!
As seen on WikiTune Outer Banks, the Carolina Girl, captained by majestic Jessie Anderson, is a custom, luxurious 53-foot Jarrett Bay built boat running out of Hatteras Harbor Marina. Let Jessie and her crew give you a fishing experience of a lifetime. To book a trip, go online to CarolinaGirlSportFishing.com. Carolina Girl Sport Fishing, your offshore adventure awaits.
Electricity, something I don't mix well with at all, and that's why I only trust the folks at ELS OBX. ELS OBX offers a variety of services from custom electrical installations to lighting design. ELS OBX has the experience and know-how to complete any job. They're committed to providing the highest quality lighting and electrical installations or service at affordable prices. Visit them online at elsobx.com to get a brighter idea of how shockingly awesome they are. See what I did there? ELS OBX, electrical and lighting solutions you can count on.
All right, we always start talking with our Hatteras report. Had a great talk yesterday with Captain Jessie Anderson, my longtime sponsor on the Carolina Girl, ties up down there at Hatteras Harbor. And she was just telling me that some of the meat fishing has been really good down there. That's not the only fishing that's been good, but the blackfin tuna bite mixed with nice catches of Baylor and Gaffer dolphin, or mahi, whatever you want to call them, is been really good. If you look at her website, you'll see, or her Facebook page primarily for Carolina Girl, you'll see some of these catches I'm talking about. And she sprinkles in the occasional wahoo and then a flag or two in the rigger. And she's a good representative of all the charter boat people down there that have been picking away and having some great fishing. They also have had a very good blue marlin bite. We've seen some days with boats had 2, 3, 4 blue marlin releases in a day. And we're going to tell you in a few minutes about supposedly a new state record for offshore fishing. And I'll be back to do that in a minute. They also are catching some cobias, some bluefish, some Spanish mackerel, some puppy drum, and some sheephead around anywhere you want to. You can find some structure in the ocean. I'll leave it at that. On some nearshore wrecks, around some buoys, all those kind of things. And they're big, up to 14 pounds. It's hard to believe. In Oregon Inlet, the fishing has been hot and cold. The yellowfin tuna fishing just can't seem to really get kicked off the way we'd like to see it kicked off. But they're catching 2 to 6 to the boat. They're catching a few dolphin, and they are also catching some blue marlin. They're doing a little bit of bottom fishing for tilefish and sea bass, and the inshore fleet is still doing really well on. Well, no, wait, let me back up. The inshore fleet is doing fair on the cobia fishing, so they're still in our neighborhood. Now, I mentioned a super Gold Star catch, and there's one piece of this report, 2 pieces of this report I'm not completely sure of, but a boat called the Fender Bender, who fishes a lot of tournaments, I heard 2 reports, and one said he caught 8 blue marlin releases and 4 whites, and another one said he caught 9 blue marlin and 5 whites. But either way, when you can catch 8 or 9 blue marlin in a day, that's more blue marlin than most char boats will catch in a season. So that's just really, really encouraging. Good news to the crew of the Fender Bender, and congratulations on all of that. Pier and surf fishing the reports are identical. We're into that little bit of a summer pick on sea mullet, Spanish mackerel, bluefish, and puppy drum with an occasional gray or speckled trout mixed in. It really doesn't seem to matter much whether you're on the pier or whether you're standing in the surf. You might want to consider standing in the surf next to the pier. That's one of the best places you can catch a trout, especially on the north side in those sloughs. But that's what's going on there. You know, if you put your time in, you're most likely going to catch some bluefish. And to me, a fresh Taylor bluefish is one of the best eating fish there is. And you can argue that with me all day long. You'll never convince me otherwise. So that's where we're at with our offshore fishing and our inshore fishing. Let's take a little break, and I'll come back and talk to you about the backcountry.
Red Drum Tackle in Buxton is the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras. And being the closest tackle shop to Cape Point, Red Drum Tackle has been welcoming fishermen to Hatteras Island with a wide selection of bait and tackle, skilled custom rod builds, rod and reel repair, expert knowledge and information since 1974. Red Drum Tackle knows how, when, and where to fish. To acquire this fishing brain power, visit them online at reddrumtackle.com. Red Drum Tackle, the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras and the closest to Cape Point in Buxton.
So I did not get a whole lot of reports from the backcountry. Part of that is because a lot of people are fishing around the inlets right now, and they are there's a lot to be caught around Ocracoke, Hatteras, and Oregon Inlet. You got some big bluefish. You still have some cobia. You have the sheephead that are around any, like I just mentioned, around the bridges, around the buoys, around the rocks. Really encouraging. But the western Pamlico has quieted down a little bit, natural for this time of year. And I'm not seeing much activity around the county line, let's say at Long Shoal River. Not much going on. But there has been some good fishing and some really good fishing with a lot of variety actually going on in the Sound. There's been black trout, there's been speckled trout and gray trout. There's been black drum and there's been puppy drum. And you put your time in, it's not for the average person that's just going to go out and wet a line. You got to be into the water quality, the water temperatures and movements, but it's pretty good fishing. Now, what I like to do, I want to bite. When I go out in the Sound, I want to bite. And I have heard a couple people were telling me over on the Manio side, they had a pretty good bite on the headboats on some croakers and some sea mullet. And that's what you want when you have kids. Plus, even though we have a lot of glory fish to eat, some of the best in the world like mahi, tuna, things like that, pan-fried croaker or sea mullet is about hard to beat as well. In fact, the locals like to fry them up crisp and eat the tails like a potato chip. So something to think about. There's plenty of opportunity in the report. As we go through the week, we're going to see more rain, and we may, hopefully, we'll continue to see this great blue marlin bite offshore. If that's on your bucket list, go to any of the major marinas, the legit major marinas, and whether it's Hatteras or Oregon Inlet doesn't seem much to matter, and get on a makeup charter. If you didn't come planning on booking the entire boat and paying for the entire boat, they'll match you with 5 other people for a total of 6, and you split the cost 6 ways. You'll split the fish cleaning bill and the gratuity. You'll make new friends for life, and you'll get a chance to go out and see the wonder of the Gulf Stream, which is a river that flows by our coast pretty close, like 30, 35 miles, something like that. So that would be my recommendation for you. And I do hope you had a great holiday weekend. I know I sure did. Grateful for the rain. And, we need the rain more often as we come out of this, try to emerge from this drought we've been in eastern North Carolina. So have a great day. May the good Lord bless you.